So now we're going to talk, what we're going to do on these slides, we're going to talk about the steps to perform a certain task, and then we're going to look at it in the demo, how it's configured in the demo files. So what if you want to add a tool change point? This could come into play if you have, for instance, if you have your clearance plane in your setup, talking about in Rhino CAM or any of our CAM plugins, if you have your clearance plane set to say only a ½ inch, okay, when the program is done, it'll retract that clearance plane. Obviously, a ½ inch may not be enough to get your part out of there. You may want to have the tool back up away from the part to a certain height and a certain location. And you can have that output automatically using a tool change point. So over here on the left, just open your machine tool setup dialog. In the machining job tree, you'll see an item in the tree called machine. Just double click on that item. It'll display the machine tool setup dialog, and there's an area here for tool change point. You see here we have the X set to 0, the Y and the Z set to 10. So one thing you do need to make sure that the tool change point is set up in your post processor. So we're looking at the post process generator here in the middle. We're on the tool change tab of the post process generator, and we have two macros, one for the first loaded tool and one for the tool change macro. So these two items need to be set up in your tool change macro in order to set up a tool change point. And you can go back and look at this, watch this video, freeze it at this slide, and if you want to type these in, or if you want to just send us an email, we can help you, guide you do that. And then once it's set up, every time you post an operation with this post, it will post out the tool change point. I mean, yeah, the tool change point here. Here you see a Z10 defined here in the dialog, and then our X and Y. X is 0, Y is 10, and that will retract it up to 10 units in the Z, and then 0, X, and 10 in the Y. And that's where the tool will go when the program is either completed or if you need to do a tool change.
The other thing you can do, if you always have a tool change, a fixed tool change point in your machine, you don't even need to set that up in the machine tool setup. You can actually hard code that value in the toolpath editor, and all your output files will inherit it. So that's another way to do it. But this is our recommended way, where you're actually setting it up in the machine tool.
So how to add a tool change point. You'll see in where we mentioned previously, you have to enable it in the machine definition. So we're going to pick machine. Here is the tool change point fields under general parameters. You have a field for X, Y, and Z, and you can use a pick button if you want to select a point from your geometry to tell it, where to go. So those coordinates will be mapped to the dialog. Once you're set there, you want to go into your post processor, and we have our post we're using, our custom post here defined. We're going to pick edit, and we're going to go to the tool change tab, and you'll see fields here for tool change points right here. So that's defining what that's doing. It's telling it when the program posts to go and get these values from the machine definition dialog and use those to define your tool change point. And then when you post out, you'll see those coordinates posted. Okay, Joe, interrupt me if we got any questions. I'm going to go through a little bit quick on these remaining
can you
items.
post it and show the code?
Yes,
that's important.
Yes. Let's go ahead and post. So if we just go, let's do a find. Let's do find as the letter T. get through the tool list here. So here is our first tool change. You'll see we set it to Z 10 inches, X and Y, X0 and Y 10 inches. These values right here are correlate to what you define on your machine tool definition dialog, and they will be outposted for each tool change. Okay, let's move on here.